Hello, and welcome to the DermTech Instructional Video Environment, also known as DIVE. My name is Nathan Burton, and I will be your guide through this net126 routing basic video series, which will focus on the basic purpose, nature, and operation of a router. Emphasis will be placed on the basic fundamentals of routing and networking. So, let's dive in. This third video of the 8 video series introduces you to the insides of the router. Let's start by going through the expected learning outcomes of this video. This video will introduce you to the router components and the purpose of those router components. The typical user probably is unaware of the presence of the numerous routers in his or her workplace. Users expect to be able to send email, access web pages, and work remotely from home with their computer. However, the networking professional knows that the router is responsible for forwarding packets from network to their destination. A router is a computer that has most of the same components that the ordinary home PC have. Although there are several types and models of routers, each router generally has the same hardware components. Usually, the only reason you would need to open a router is to upgrade to memory. Now let's name some of the components of the router, and later we will take a look at those components in more detail. The CPU, RAM, ROM, NVRAM, flash memory, and interface ports. We will now investigate and look at the router components that we listed. The CPU, like in the home computer, the CPU executes operating system instructions. The CPU also executes initialization, routing functions, and network interface control. The RAM is used to store. RAM stores the data and instructions needed to be executed by the CPU. RAM is temporary storage. ROM is used to store also, but ROM is a form of permanent storage. Firmware is embedded in the ROM. NVRAM is a non-volatile random access memory. It does not lose its storage information when the router is turned off. The startup configuration file is stored here. The running configuration file is saved here if you want to save the changes in case the router is restarted or loses power. Flash memory is used as permanent storage for the operating system and copies into RAM in the boot up process. Interface ports. Interface refers to the physical connectors on the router. The router uses multiple interfaces to connect to different types of cables that connect the router to the network. The router also has management ports to configure the router, like the basic initialization setup of the router and management control. As we come to the end of this video, let's do a quick recap. We discussed router components, CPU, RAM, ROM, NVRAM, flash memory, and interface ports. We discussed the purpose of those components. Thanks for watching, and don't forget the other videos of this series.